Indiana Fever and former Iowa star Caitlin Clark continues her ascension as one of the top figures in women's basketball and in sports. Time magazine named Clark as their Athlete of the Year.
Caitlin Clark has become a college basketball sensation, a WNBA superstar, and now the undisputed Athlete of the Year. Her remarkable season feels like a fairy tale ending. But is this just the start of something even bigger?
She broke the college basketball career scoring record in her senior season at Iowa, led the Hawkeyes to a second straight Final Four. She then turned pro, and as the number one pick in the WNBA draft, Clark won Rookie of the Year, led the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance in 8 years, and is the second female star to win the honor for Time magazine, following the footsteps of gymnastics great Simone Biles in 2021.
In a revealing interview, Caitlin Clark opens up about her roller coaster rookie year, sharing everything from record-breaking successes to behind-the-scenes struggles. These 10 surprising revelations will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about the brightest star in sports. Clark holds nothing back, discussing everything from her so-called rivalry with Angel Reese to the jealousy she faced entering the league, her Olympic snub, and even the firing of Coach Christy Sides. Stick around until the end, where she'll also share her thoughts on the off-season, WNBA legends, and her goals for her sophomore year.
I feel like so much has happened over the course of last year, from when I started my last college season and not knowing if that would actually be my last season, whether I was deciding to come back to college or turn pro, and now sitting here like I'm done with my first professional season, and so much has happened. And
imagine Caitlin Clark stepping onto the WNBA court for the first time. The pressure is high, but her calm and focused attitude says it all. She's ready to prove the critics wrong, and that's exactly what she did. In an unforgettable rookie season, Clark broke an incredible 62 WNBA records, following her already legendary college career where she became the NCAA's all-time leading scorer. From three-pointers to assists, she was rewriting rookie records left and right. Clark's electrifying play revitalized the Indiana Fever and turned WNBA games into must-watch events. The team had to move to larger arenas to accommodate the growing crowds, and in Washington, a regular season game drew over 20,000 fans, setting a new league record.
The longest time the WNBA has been trying to get on this global scale, and I feel like that's the direction they are finally headed. I think that WNBA fans have always been proud supporters and pushers of the advancements of this league, but sometimes it takes a certain star of a certain caliber to really just expand and explode the league from the inside out, and that's what Caitlin Clark is.
The Clark effect shook the sports world. Her jersey sales soared, and her impact on league revenue was extraordinary, one player contributing to nearly 30% of the entire WNBA's earnings. This is a game-changing achievement that's transforming the future of women's professional basketball. Now, let's dive into Clark's take on the most intriguing stories from her rookie season in the WNBA.
Whether it was, making the national championship game or getting the Fever back to the playoffs since 2016, there's just a lot to be proud of, and it all happened so fast, like it's hard to appreciate in the moment and kind of understand in the moment, but it's been fun to reflect on.
While Caitlin Clark was making waves on the court, the media pushed a rivalry narrative with Angel Reese that caught fire on social media. In a candid Time interview, Clark set the record straight. "I don't get that at all," she said, explaining that while they're not best friends, they respect each other. She pointed out that they've never directly guarded each other. Even the infamous ring finger gesture didn't bother her. What frustrated Clark was that the drama took attention away from their impressive performances. Why not talk about our wins or the incredible run we had?
But yeah, I think, what she's done with her platform has been absolutely incredible. And, she has an entire fan base that has supported her and what she did at, Maryland and then LSU. Like, obviously, I've played her for a very long time and she's been a tremendous player. So, it's been fun getting to compete against. I think it's been really good for the game. Like, people just love seeing great matchups.
Clark's message was clear. Focus on the game, not the gossip. She called out those stoking the rivalry, saying, "A lot of people who have opinions probably didn't even watch half the games." It's a strong reminder to celebrate athletes for their talent on the court, not the drama created off it.
With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
Caitlin Clark's transition from college superstar to WNBA rookie came at her fast, and the differences between college and pro ball were tough to adjust to. Her debut game was a wake-up call, minus 20 points, yes, but just 3 assists and a hopping 10 turnovers, setting a record she didn't want. The smooth flow she had in college was gone. Everything felt off. Clark admitted that the team and coach were still figuring each other out, adjusting to her unique style of play, and the defense was, in her words, really bad. But here's the twist. Clark doesn't back down. She pushed through, learning with each game. As her teammates became more aware and her coach allowed her to play her way, those turnovers dropped. Even on tough nights, her confidence stayed strong. This is so annoying because I know I'm literally right there, being one of the best players in the league, she would tell herself.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day.
Looking ahead, Caitlin Clark's ambition is stronger than ever. I'm just scratching the surface, she says, eager to make her mark on the WNBA. Are you ready to see what Clark does next on the world stage?
She, until the day before the Olympic team was leaked, was convinced she was going to be on the team. That is the maddest thing with USA basketball. Like, she was convinced she was on the team until the day before it was leaked. That's mental.
Caitlin Clark's rise to the top faced an unexpected setback. Despite her impressive 30.7 points per game, she was shocked to learn from her agent that she didn't make the Olympic team. Instead of reacting angrily, Clark took the high road. She rejected the idea of being chosen for marketing reasons, saying, "I want to be there because they think I'm good enough." She felt it was unfair to the athletes who earned their spots and disrespectful to herself. This snub lit a fire under her. After the Olympic break, Clark led the Fever on a 4-game winning streak, broke records for assists and three-pointers, and helped the team reach its first postseason in nearly a decade. Now her eyes are on the 2028 Olympics. This is just the beginning, she says. Her path hasn't been without controversy, like the eye poke incident. If you're enjoying the video, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for your time. Now, back to the action.
As everyone else is seeing this angle, I'm calling her in, and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Caitlin Clark's incredible season took an unexpected turn during a heated playoff game against the Connecticut Sun. In a routine play, Duana Bonner accidentally poked Clark in the eye, sparking a media frenzy. But Clark's response was impressive. Instead of retaliating or playing the victim, she calmly defended Bonner, understanding the intensity of competitive play. She also called out the media for trying to create unnecessary drama. Clark's level-headed reaction in the midst of chaos revealed a side of her that many hadn't seen before. "Never once did I think it was on purpose," she said. "I've been poked in the eye many times in basketball. It happens." She also pointed out what she sees as a gender double standard. If this happened in the NBA, you think people would have asked, did Tyrese Halliburton poke Steph Curry in the eye on purpose?
Circling back on the play with your eye, what would you say to the crowd of people that think a hit like that was intentional and maybe even warrants a suspension?
It wasn't intentional by any means. You just watched the play. It wasn't intentional.
All right, thank you, Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark's debut season wasn't without challenges. She dealt with a ruptured eardrum and took an unfair number of flagrant fouls. Despite this, she stayed focused on the game and respected her teammates. The eye poke incident, though unfortunate, showed her true character. Clark's calm response highlighted her ability to stay true to her values and keep her focus, even under pressure. Her composure became a defining moment of her rookie year, showcasing her maturity on and off the court.
One of the things that Caitlin once again pushed forward is saying, look, I know that my star power has come with a lot of benefits in such a short amount of time, specifically her rookie season, but I also don't want to negate the fact that there was a lot of work done for me to even get to this point, for the league to get to this point, and I'm just excited to be part of the crew that's going to help just continue to grow and move this league forward.
Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom brought unexpected challenges. In a candid interview, she revealed feeling like the most controversial person, despite her success. The media scrutiny and social media chatter about her gain and personal life left her frustrated. To stay grounded, Clark stayed off social media during the season, focusing on what mattered, her performance. Her coach, Christy Sides, compared the attention to Beatlemania, impressed by how Clark handled the pressure. Clark's response? "I have a great skill of blocking it out." Looking forward, she hopes the focus shifts back to the game, saying, "Let's get back to basketball."
many records she broke, not only in college, not only her rookie season. So much has been accomplished for the Indiana Fever. They broke the WNBA home. I mean, I believe the Mystics and the Fever game was the most viewed WNBA game ever in history, single game attendance. So just so many things have happened in such a short amount of time on the back of Caitlin Clark. But I love the fact that she's also given credit where credit is due, because as we know, that was a big conversation when she entered the league. And she said, look, there's enough love to go around. And if you're not a fan of Caitlin Clark, I don't see how you read this article and don't become one.
Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom comes with a strong sense of self-awareness. She acknowledges her privilege as a white player and recognizes that many of the league's top stars have been black. Clark stresses the importance of appreciating and supporting those players who helped build the WNBA. During her Saturday Night Live appearance, she paid tribute to WNBA legends like Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, and Cheryl Swoops, using the platform to highlight their impact on the game.
It's just one step for the WNBA. Thanks to all the great players like Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, the great Dawn Staley, and my basketball hero, Maya Moore. These are the women that kicked down the door so I could walk inside. So I want to thank them tonight for laying the foundation.
Caitlin Clark's moment on Saturday Night Live reflected her deep respect for the game's history while acknowledging her own advantages. She stands firm in her belief that her success comes from dedication and skill, not just privilege. Clark's message is clear: elevate all women in sports, regardless of race. She's using her platform to push for more investment in the players who helped make the WNBA great. It's a powerful stance from a young star who recognizes her success is built on the work of those before her. Clark stresses the need to appreciate and highlight the contributions of black women in sports, seeing it as a path to positive change in the industry.
Huge overhaul of the organization as they move into the big time. A new team president in the door, a new general manager in the door, and now a new head coach in the door as Christy Sides was shown the door.
While Clark was making headlines, the Indiana Fever were making changes behind the scenes. The team's decision to replace Christy Sides with Stephanie White as head coach definitely turned heads, including that of their star player, Clark. Known for her candidness, Clark didn't hesitate to share her thoughts on the challenges under Sides' leadership. "We didn't always have the best game plan," she said, pointing to the team's struggles on the court. Now, with White in charge, there's a fresh energy around the team. Clark is excited about White's strategic approach, and it shows in her enthusiasm. With White's past experience, including leading the Fever to the WNBA Finals, the team is gaining valuable insight. For Clark, it's an opportunity to grow and develop her skills under a more polished system of play.